It is Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. Welcome back, everybody. My name's Adam Flowers. This is Mob Vlog, and today we are going to be talking about the Chicago outfit and any and all connections that it may or may not have had with Howard Hughes. And
Hugh Hefner.
Welcome back. It's Mob Vlog. Hey, Red, how's it going today? I hear you're getting a little excited back there.
I am. You said Howard Hughes. Hugh Hefner.
Oh, did I say Howard Hughes? Playboy and Howard Hughes. Well, you know what? Howard Hughes was a Playboy. I mean, when you look at it, he actually was the Playboy. I mean,
he was.
So, but did I really say Howard Hughes?
You certainly did.
I love it. I love it. It can't be Mob Vlog without me screwing up. I mean, right off the bat.
Fancy Brady, that butcher boy.
Let's get this show started off the right way, damn it, on the right foot. You know what I mean? Hey, never, so.
Did you see Anthony's Street Story comment? Anthony from Street Stories? He said,
no, let's
Howard Hughes,
What? Howard Hughes, eh? Benedict Mastriani. Thank you very much, Benedict. I'm glad that we making you laugh over there, having some fun. Don of Dons, how are you, my man? Holman Sanders, it's nice to see you. Ricky Delta, all the way from England. Barlight Broker, it's been a minute. How are you doing? Don Ciccio, Di Porzalo, it's good to see you. William Kirchmayer, the Kraut's in the house. We also have Van Pasterman. Welcome in, everybody. Trace, nice to see you. Leanne rolling along, might be rolling along today. Julie M., Scott H., Scott H., Scott, and Rhonda Moretti. Wow, it's good to. Anybody hear from Bobby lately? Just wondering. So, Bobby Bag of Donuts. Where's Bobby Bag of Donuts been? Anybody heard from Bobby Bag of Donuts?
I haven't.
I haven't seen Bobby Bag of Donuts for now that you mention it. Yeah, I haven't. I hope Bobby's doing okay. Sonny Zaro.
Hi, Gary.
Sonny, good to see you. Today's odds, Adam on time or late? Well, we already found out. Adam was late. Yeah. 2 minutes. I keep track of that stuff. All right. So we're here to talk about Hugh Hefner. I said it right that time.
You did.
I did it all right. Hugh Hefner. That's right. Not Howard Hughes. Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner from Chicago, correct?
He certainly was.
Was. Barlight Broker, Hugh Hefner and Larry Flint both saw their businesses crumble to shit. I hear that's true at the very end. At the very end, it's true. Hey, Joe, good to see you. It's Joe Cullotta. He doesn't joke a little. He's Joe Cullotta. So it's a nice day today. I hope Bobby's okay, too. Yes. So, all right, Howard Hughes. I mean, Hugh Hefner. Don't get me started, Red. I'm telling you.
I didn't do it to you. You did it to yourself.
All right. So Hugh Hefner from Chicago. And I asked Frank Cullotta, for those of you who, you hear me? I'm talking like I'm in Chicago. So those of you that may have been on the channel for a long time, remember Frank being asked about Howard Hughes. I asked him about it.
Look at the comment here. Look at the comment.
I remember Frank saying he wished he robbed Hugh. See, Benedict Mastriani remembers this. I'm sitting there last night. We're talking about this Hughes going, oh, what are we going to talk about? I said, I remember the time they asked Frank about this. Here, you guys want to hear this?
Yes.
All right. Yes, we do. We all want to. Let's take that off the screen so that we can see Frank. Here we go. Do you know Hugh Hefner? Since you both went to Sayre and Steinmetz, he grew up on New England Street.
No, I wish I did know him personally. I would have muscled him.
He'd have muzzled them.
No, I wish I did know him personally. I would have muscled him.
He'd have muscled them. He wanted to know him. Why not? Put the muscle on
yeah.
him. So I'm sure that he isn't the only guy in Chicago thinking, hey, you know, Hef's around.
Marshal Caifano tried to.
That's what I read. Matter of fact,
I was there with him.
We put the link in the comments, or not the comments, the description. Here it is. Listen to this.
He had just gotten out of prison. Marshal had just gotten out of prison.
Okay,
He was hungry. He was looking for money.
All right, this was written on October 2nd, 2017. This is from the ChicagoSyndicate.com. That's where I'm reading this out of. All right. The powerful Chicago mob twice made overtures to partner with Hugh Hefner and his Playboy clubs, including one in Las Vegas. Hugh Hefner revealed. Both times, Hefner said he, quote, politely declined. 10 years ago, Hefner, in Las Vegas for his 81st birthday weekend celebration at the Palms, told me that the Chicago mob, quote, very much wanted to invest in the Playboy clubs. The first contact came during a Playboy party when Marshal Caifano, a heavy hitter in the Chicago mob, collared me during a party and said he wanted to talk with us. I kind of backed away and said, I don't want to talk about business in a social setting. So he made a date to come over the next afternoon. And I sat down with my guys and said, what do we want with this guy? We can't be doing business with the mob. Hefner said he told Caifano, I don't know what kind of business you're in. And he kind of got flustered and embarrassed and said, gambling. I said, well, you've got your enemies and we've got ours. I think it'd be a big mistake to combine the two. Later, reps from the mobbed up Chaz Paris, probably the most famous nightclub in Chicago, said Hefner leaned on him to collaborate on a club in Las Vegas. Again, Hefner held his ground. So, there you have that.
Ironic. I was there with Marshal that one night.
Yeah. Yes, Joe. Hugh Hefner went to the same school that Steinmetz. Different classes though, different years. I don't know how far different. They would have been in the school at the same time or not. I'm not sure. So let's see here. Red, did you have any luck with the Playboy bunnies?
No.
No, come on. You worked in all the B-girl joints and you didn't have any luck with the Playboy bunnies, huh?
Oh, they were way above the B-girl, the girls in the B-girl joints. They were way above the. He picked them. He was almost as meticulous as Lefty Rosenthal. He wanted the right size, the right shape. They had to be dynamite before he'd even hire them.
In the
girls were right in line.
In the early 2000s, it would be like comparing the girls at Cowboys Strip Club in Harvey to Heavenly Bodies.
Right.
All right, that was a joke. Anyway, so the Big Dog Hefner was no saint, believe me. Big Dog non-bet. No, as a matter of fact, anybody have any of you out there started watching? It's on Hulu right now. It's a series about the Playboy bunnies, the girls of the Playboy Mansion. Anyway, it's pretty. It's pretty crazy. Outfit guy says you are dynamite, Red.
Yeah.
Chez Perry.
Yes, we're going to talk about that very soon.
So no, I agree 100%, Philip. Right, that is in French how you would say Chaz Paris, but in Chicago, Red, how do you say that?
Chez Perry.
What are you talking about, man? Earlier you said the Chaz Paris. You literally said to me, I said Chaz Paris, and you said, oh, at the Chaz Paris nightclub.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how they said it in Chicago, or no? Because the Chez Paris would be exactly how that would be said in French. It's like people walking
And
around.
that's what they called it, the Chez Paris Lounge.
Oh, you could come in through my front foyer, you know. It's the front foyer, you know. So I mean, but that's yeah. All right. Yeah. Anyway, Marilyn was on the very first Playboy magazine, Sean Pender. So Street Stories, how do you say it? If your dad worked there, please tell me. Fill me in on this one. Red, do you remember who Dorothy Stratten was?
I certainly do.
So,
as a matter of fact, right behind us, before you put it up, there was a mosaic. It's from the Underground House.
It's not a mosaic. It's a painting. It's a painting on ceramic tiles.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's of Dorothy Stratten, and it is in the Underground House here in Las Vegas. In the shower, I'm guessing
she was beautiful. She was beautiful. What a thing to have in the shower, man.
Here it is. This is the picture in the shower. This is the portrait. I used to call it a portrait, or is it it's
mosaic?
It's not a mosaic. A mosaic is made up of a bunch of little like tiles, like the Liberace mosaic, the 1 inch by 1 inch black and white tiles. That's a mosaic. It's a painting on ceramic tile. There it is. I guess you could take them apart and make it into a mosaic, but I mean, you have to break them into little pieces. But anyway, that's Dorothy Stratten. She was murdered by her boyfriend, or her husband, rather. They got
married.
I
was there, Adam, when I was there, I touched each tile. So each tile was made up separate. They had to put that thing together like a jigsaw puzzle.
You don't think that they had it on the wall and then he painted it on the wall?
No.
Well, how'd they get the paint on the grout then?
Pardon?
The grout's painted.
That's grout.
Yeah, well, the artist did that, right?
I don't know. I never knew anybody did that. That's the first one I ever saw. But I did feel it.
Because I know all the walls in the Underground House are all painted, and were all painted on site. So I would guess that the artist would have painted it right there.
Could be.
Chez Paris. It's the Chez Paris. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I thought.
It's the Chez Paris. Oh,
we always called it.
Right
even Tony Spilacci called it the Chez Paris. In the movie Casino,
God.
He said, "Meet me down, by the Chez Paris."
Oh my God!
I'll expect you in chapel for prayers before tea.
Before two, Red. Before two. Okay, so the Dorothy Stratten. Let's talk about that.
I like Anthony's. That's not porn; it's art.
It is. It's art.
And I agree.
Dorothy Stratten knew Coppola. Marilyn Monroe's pictures were purchased for Playboy. What do you mean purchased?
Yes, they were.
I thought that Marilyn they shot Marilyn, didn't they?
No, they were already out there, and he paid like $750, which was a lot of money back then.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that did that, his name, I keep slaughtering his name. Here we go. Slap me on this one. We just talked about him a little while ago. We didn't know how to pronounce it. His partner.
Yeah.
When they murdered. But he actually made the deal.
Van Pastor, man, if my wife comes by, I have some explaining to do. It's a painting, guys. Settle down. Holy cow. It's a damn painting. It's like you guys never walked around and saw naked sculptures. Or, I mean, it's just art. Relax. It's not even unbelievable. It's
They're not engaged in sexual activity.
Paint just all put together, you know what I mean? And it makes it look like it's called art. It's not real. Okay, so Google, what did they do? What? Google what they did to Marilyn's body when she died. It's disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. How did we get to? Okay, so because Marilyn Monroe was the first person on Playboy's cover. I have no idea what they did, but we'll definitely Google that in a little bit. And
yeah, why don't you get to the soundbite by Cal?
Yeah, let's talk about that. So we had Cal on, Cal Fagan, about, I don't know, 8 months ago. Now, Cal is a dinosaur. He's got to be 88 now. He was 87, I think, last year.
I think so. Yeah.
87. So, I mean, he's up there. He used to manage Robbie and the
Troubadours.
Right. So he managed Robbie and the Troubadours, and he worked and booked them out on Rush Street. And he had a lot of dealings with Ken Ito, and that's we had him on, and we talked to him, and would you believe that the Playboy Club came up here in Chicago? So let's roll that soundbite. This is Vic Lounge in the Playboy Club. Listen to this.
The band told me every floor had a persuasion. If you were gay, there was a gay floor. If you were into drugs, there was a drug floor. If you were into pot, there was a pot floor. If you just wanted to get laid or be with a woman, you had the bunnies.
This is at the mansion in Chicago?
The mansion in Chicago.
Playboy Mansion.
You know,
there you go. Now, that was at the mansion in Chicago. The girls in this tell-all on Hulu talking about the club out there in L.A. and the things that went on there is unbelievable. And the amount of dirt that Hugh had on politicians.
He videotaped everybody in orgies, whatever.
Everybody. And I guess the girls would say to him, you know, hey, like, are you recording? Because they'd see themselves on the TV. And he just wanted to record, by the way, too. He didn't want to join in. He just wanted to watch. He was a voyeur.
He's a voyeur.
Yeah, he's a voyeur. So he would say, oh, you don't want me to, you know, and he'd reach over by the camera, act like he's turning it off. No, it's not recording anymore. It's just on the screens. 2 weeks later, they come up into the suite and there's the video, you know, playing. And they're like, well, I thought you weren't recording it. He said, oh, you really think I turned the cameras off? Stuff like that. He'd say to the girls, is like, what? So he had smut on everybody. And then I guess there was a library at the end of the hall was all these tapes. And the librarian had all the tapes. There was an actual librarian that cataloged them all. And no one was allowed to go near the door. No one was allowed to definitely go in the room. And you weren't even allowed to talk to the librarian. So the person organizing it. And if you did, it was terms for being fired on the spot. So, yeah, that was something that, you know, imagine he had. And I guess, you know, he was really upset that he had dirt on him was that Tony Curtis.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they said in this Hulu documentary. Wow. Everybody, Tony Curtis, Regis Philbin, Bill Cosby, like all of the, it's crazy how much there was out there. So, you know, did Hugh blackmail these people? I know Jeffrey Epstein did blackmail his people around his island. Yeah, it's the same thing. Basically, is what was going on, Van Pasterman, according to this cassette. You know, check out that that's on Hulu. Check out the series. It's rather interesting. I kind of binged it. I mean, there was a lot of, you know, it was very interesting. So, Jacqueline Moore, hello, how are you? Good to see you today. Slapsy Maxie, Benny Hill has tons for better porn than Playboy ever did. Yes, Benny Hill was fun to watch. Remember that? He's running around and the girls jumping on trampolines. Yeah, it was great. Cool trades.
If you couldn't laugh at Benny Hill, you couldn't laugh.
True. Yeah. Don Ciccio, Linda Lovelace said a few things about him and Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis was a regular over there too. So Julie M.
Well, he was a regular. I saw Sammy Davis when I was with Marshal Caifano at the club downtown in Chicago.
It's called Secrets of Playboy, Julie M. I just looked it up. Secrets of Playboy is the name of it. And what is it? You can get it on Peacock if you have a subscription, AETV if you have a subscription, Hulu if you have a subscription, and Philo. I thought Philo was a doe, but I guess that's something you can watch TV on now. Philo. Philo. Philo.
It was very good, Julie. You'll like it.
Yeah. Hef was partners, Tony Bug. Hef was partners in Pips in Beverly Hills. Coke, backgammon, and white slavery. What? Was partners with Pips. Coke backgammon. Well, I know something about he liked to play a lot of backgammon. They said that in that series. There was a girl who I guess grew up in the mansion, and her father was lovers with Hugh Hefner. They were lovers, and I guess that that she, as a little girl, grew up, you know, in the what a fucked up childhood. I'm sorry, excuse my language. Oh my God,
That's okay.
It
It
really
was
is. No, I mean it really is. Like I mean that's really screwed up, man. I mean to
Lewis Cole has a question here.
grow up going. This is
Adam and Red. Do you think Hefner was the CIA asset? No,
I
don't think so.
Good question.
I don't think so.
Good question. Elon Musk might be though. Hey, stop it. We're gonna get what's his face, Rick Charlton worked up here. So don't start with that. Okay, so new comments. Let's get down to these. We have another soundbite. Let's talk about this. Check this out. We want to talk about this Vic Lownes, not lounge, Vic Lownes. Listen to this. This is Cal Fagan again.
Yes.
Talking about Vic Lownes. All right, so we'll take the comment down so we can see Cal's face. Here we go.
Who was the real playboy between Hef and a guy named Vic Lownes? That was his vice president.
Until he got rid of him.
So what happened was this guy was so good looking and such a woman charmer, the bunnies would give him presents. And Hefner would take steam because he wanted to be known as the lover. But this guy wasn't only a pretty face, he was brilliant in business. He's the one that invented the ears for the bunnies, and he's the one that made them put the Playboy Bunny on the map, because the Playboy Bunny originally was just a key club that was barely making a living. But Hefner couldn't stand him. They were friends, but he couldn't stand them because of the broads that he controlled. They used to come in mammies, the bunnies, with gifts that they were ready to take to. And Vic Lownes would have to kick the women out of his apartment. There were so many women.
Wow.
So Hefner gets the brilliant idea to send them to he'll bomb if I send him out to England. He sent him to England. He made him a fortune in England. So Hefner says, what am I going to do with this guy? I can't. No matter what he does, he turns to gold. He ends up firing him because he just couldn't stand that this was the real Playboy.
So there you have it. The real Playboy is Vic Lownes, according to Cal Fagan anyway.
I believe he was.
Yeah, according to him. Tony Bug, Pips was a nightclub. Stu Unger used to beat them senseless. Pips, I guess, is a nightclub where Hughes was partners in Beverly Hills, coke, backgammon, and slavery. So, I never heard of that place, Tony Bug. But Stu Unger was a World Series poker tournament guy, the WSOP, right? World Series of Poker. He was the champion twice back to back, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Brian Glade. I knew somebody would tie John Wayne Gacy into this. He had a Playboy club card. John Wayne Gacy had a Playboy club card and used to stay at the one in Lake Geneva. Traces his pick, his house address, 8213. His room at the old Playboy Resort was 2318. No way, really? Same numbers, just different order. How creepy as hell is that, man? Wow.
First time I ever heard that.
8213 Summerdale, right? Isn't it Summerdale?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. His room at the Playboy Resort was 2318. Thanks for sharing that, Brian Glade. Yeah, this I've never heard that before. Slapsy Maxie. In Artie Lang's book, he said you can always
Brian Glade says, I have a picture of Gacy there. I wish there was a way to put it up.
Oh, yeah, man. I wonder, is there a way? Let me see. If you have the pictures, is it out there floating around? John Wayne Gacy Playboy
Club.
Let's just search Playboy and see what there is. Images. Yeah, I don't see. There's a lot of pictures. No, there's John Wayne Gacy. There's a picture of Hugh Hefner next to him. That's a picture next to him. That's not him at the club. Man, where is this picture, Brian Glade? Here's one of John Wayne Gacy. This is very young. Where is this? The choir boy in the church, I think, in this picture. Unbelievable. No, this guy's so sick and twisted. All right, that's a whole nother thing. So Hefner, come on, real talk. Jimbo. Okay, let's stick to it. So lots of mob history in Lake Geneva. How about it, Red? Yes, I'm sure.
Yes, there was.
There was a ton. Street stories. Didn't hurt that Christy Hefner was married to Bill Marovitz. Whoa, Christy Hefner was married to Bill Marovitz. Who's Bill Marovitz?
I don't know. I didn't dig in that far.
Marovitz. Hefner. Bill Marovitz. Who was he? William Marovitz. He is a American lawyer and politician who was involved in real estate in Chicago and was married to Christy Hefner from 95 to 13. He was a member of the Illinois Senate from the 3rd District, 81 to 93. He was a member of the House of Representatives, 77 to 80. Born in 44. He's 78 years old. He was a member of the Illinois Pollution Control Board. Oh, this is a politician, career politician, moving around in the corrupt Chicago, Crook County. and you're saying your digs in, man.
It was a good choice for her.
There you go. Okay, Luminous Grin. You could show the other Playboy pictures that came up if you want, Adam. That's all right, Luminous Grin. I'm sure you've seen all of them. So you guys are funny. So is it crooked in Cook County? No doubt. Adam, I sent you the pic. That's what just came through. Hold on. We got the pic of Hugh Hefner.
Okay.
Why not, man? Let's see Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Club. I love it. You guys, the show's actually all about you guys.
Sunny Zero. Lots of chats. Likes not keeping it. Hit the like button, folks. Hit that like button.
Please do. Okay. Well, let's see. Must have been sent in a different manner than what I thought. So it's not. I don't see it, Brian. Don't see it in my email. Anyway, that's what I'm just checking right now.
He might have sent it to you in a text.
Yeah, I looked in Messenger too. I don't see. Well, that could have been two. Let's see. Sure it was. Yeah, you're right. It was a text. Okay. So let's let me forward this. Let's how do I show this to you guys? Let me download it. All right. Save. So yeah, this is him. I'll be. So save there. And let me mail it over to myself. Red, what do we have in the comments? See at the resort.
From what I've heard.
Better. Okay.
From what I've heard, Adam, Gacy used to pass out Playboys to all of his employees.
Oh, you think?
Oh yeah.
I heard that he used to have those were they 16 millimeters you used to sell?
8 millimeters.
8 millimeters. Yeah, that's like that movie Nicolas Cage, 8 millimeters. You see that?
Right. Oh, I love that movie.
That was a great movie. Yeah. Okay, let's put this picture up. Yeah, that was a good movie. So
Tommy Bridges has a fact here that's not many people know about. Tommy Bridges says, I was lucky to be in a jazz film funded by Hugh Hefner. And I played the part of a young
Bix Beiderbecke. Anyway, F loved jazz and wanted to preserve the history of Chicago jazz on Playboy Jazz label. Wow, that's pretty interesting, Tommy.
Yes, it is. Thank
wow.
you, Tommy.
Yeah, I never knew that. All right, ready to see this picture? There he is.
Ready.
There he is.
Yep. And
That's
that's
John
the
Wayne Gacy
Playboy
at the
Club.
Playboy Club. Well, it looks like it's off a biography channel or something down there in the corner, the stamp on it. It's
It
not
says
that
biography.
high res, but it's, I mean, that's it. John Wayne Gacy up there at the Playboy Club. And unbelievable. Huh. So there's a picture of that Tom Lownes, the real Playboy, the one that everything turned to gold. I don't get it. The women thought that he was all incredibly good looking. I don't see it.
He was responsible for casinos.
Was he?
He built all the casinos in London and England. And at the time when he was building them, they had more Playboy casinos than any other casinos in England.
Really?
Yeah.
Gambling joints they had. Yeah.
So Hefner kept him off watching that stuff while he played around. You do the business, I'll do the pleasure.
Hey, Frank. Did you know that Hugh Hefner?
No, I wish I did know him personally. I would have muscled him.
All right, so listen to Hugh Hefner on his take about being a bachelor and versus being married.
It is easier to deal with several girlfriends than one wife.
There you go. Several girlfriends are much easier to deal with than one wife.
Well, you can always say no. You can't say no to your wife.
Okay, then. All
Can
right.
I have the credit card for the weekend? No.
Girlfriend, no. Wife, okay. Okay, so how did a professional clown have enough money to stay at a Playboy resort? He wasn't a professional clown. He owned PDM. He had that.
That was a part-time gig. He was in the construction business.
Funny. He was only funny on the side. He was funny here and there. Most of the time, he was serious, killing people, doing his PDM. Come work for me. Here, let me show you the crawl space. How screwed up, man. That guy. That's screwed up. Yeah. He should have gotten worse than what they gave him. So, yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. I honestly, Adam, can you
imagine? Guys, smash it.
Can you imagine sitting on death row and waiting for years and years and years? And then like 18 years later, they finally put you on a gurney and say goodbye to you?
No.
You had to think about that.
No. Not happening, Red. No. All right. Was Hugh Hefner involved with the Kennedys? He had to have been, right? Come on. Don't tell me there wasn't any involvement there.
I don't know of any.
The Kennedys never went to the mansion. Well, they'd been in the 60s, right? When did Hefner start he started his empire in 7? Was the first
53.
53.
53.
I think we're both wrong. I think it's 52. 1952. Yeah, 1952. Yeah. Sorry, Red. That was my Rain Man impersonation. First issue. 1953. You're right. 100%. You're right. Mobbed Up Podcast. Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you in here. Red, that is scary. I don't know what you guys are talking about. No idea.
I don't know what he said either.
Didn't he pretty much kill children, thought? Didn't he only pretty much kill children, thought? Kayleigh-Ann, she must be driving while she's typing.
We're talking about Gacy. We're talking about Gacy.
We're talking about Gacy. I know we're talking about Gacy. Okay, so yes, Leanne.
Young males.
They were young males. They were between what, 14, 15, and say
No, I think his youngest was 12.
No, come on, man.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm going to be setting off FBI bots and stuff, searching this kind of stuff on the internet, man, Googling this. There are going to be red flags going up all around. Who is this guy? Why is he looking this things up? I'm serious. Sometimes I do that just to see if I'll throw flags up. Like I'll get on Amazon and I'll order things like clown noses and duct tape and handcuffs and clown makeup. Just to see if red flags go up and they want to know what's going on in my account. So like 20 feet.
Liz Cole says Hefner was friendly with Marilyn Monroe. I think so. Maybe he did Kennedy's. Just a thought.
Hefner was friendly with Marilyn Monroe. I think
he wasn't really friendly with Marilyn Monroe. He just bought her pictures. He did not have an affair with her.
He didn't even meet Marilyn Monroe, is what you're saying.
That's correct.
Age
Vic
range.
bought the photos. Vic bought the photos for the first centerfold.
14, Red.
He paid a good buck for him back in those days.
The youngest was 14, Red.
14?
14 was the youngest. Yes.
Okay. I'm mistaken.
Well, there's several that age are unknown. So don't hold me to it. You know what I mean? There's several here that say age unknown. So it could have been younger, could have been old. I don't know. So JW, weren't the Gacy victims gay like Jeffrey Dahmer and his victims?
No.
I don't know that the boys were. I think that because it was the one that got away. There was one that escaped.
He was gay. He was gay.
Gacy.
Yes.
Okay.
The one that got away wrote a book called 31 Below. And you can find it. But he was he didn't resist any domination. And Gacy when he picked him up on the street, he put chloroform on his face, burned his face up and everything.
Oh my God.
Without a stitch of clothes, in the middle of the night, he drives him back to Lincoln Park in Chicago and lets him loose naked in the snow. A couple police officers picked him up. They had two-man cars in those days. They drove him to the 18th district. I remember this distinctly. They said he was just some fruit that was in the park.
Yeah.
And probably a lover's quarrel, and they let it go. They actually put him in a cell naked. Nobody even gave him their shirt to put on. And he was released.
It's 29 Below, and it's Jeffrey Rignall. Yes, Jeffrey Rignall.
That's correct. And that's the guy, Jeffrey Rignall. He was the guy.
He got up on the stand and testified too, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. They didn't want anything to do with this guy's a joker. Yeah. That's crazy. It's actually crazy. So, Jim Magnifici, you're coming in late. Well, we were all naked before you got here. Looks like you owe us one, Jim. John Ciccio di Porzalo, Sonny, he had Ed Sullivan on the arm. Really, Ed Sullivan too, huh?
Didn't know
so
that.
I heard this, and I can't say where I heard it from, but I heard that there is very, very, very good. This is from a very good source that Hefner started Playboy, that first issue back in the 50s, 53, with money lent to him by one Willie Messino. Wee Willie, to help start him up and fund the magazine. Now, I don't know.
They kept that quiet.
I don't know if he got out from under that right away, went here, you're out, here's your money, whatever, when it took off. I don't know, but seems like they'd have wanted to keep the arm on him if they did. They aren't going to just go, oh yeah, well, thanks for our money back. That's not how it works.
Probably a juice loan. If it was from Messino, it was probably a juice loan. And he paid him back with interest and said, that's it, I'm through with it.
That's it, I'm done, right? Here you go. And they said,
and then Marshal Caifano comes along and says, oh no.
We're gonna right. Don Ciccio di Porzalo, Adam, that is true. 100%. There you go. So yeah, I told you this is coming from a good source. So yeah. So the Julie M. Holy crap! Back to the serial killers. So yes, we should. You know what we should do, Red? When we go from subject to subject, the background music should change. You know what I mean? It should go from It should go. It should go
Should
from
be
the
organ music that goes.
Sicilian in the back music to like this. You know, or talk about the serial killers. You know, we got to have something. You know, like real mysterious. You know, going on in the back. Or
The dark side of life.
yeah. Actually, there isn't really anything sinister in here to listen to, so scratch that idea. All right, back to the comments. Wow, Solly D around or in Florida with Red. I understand that he's not. He's
No, he's
not,
in Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's up north, right? Yeah.
And
Red.
He's not in good shape.
Top Gigio. And did he know the Kennedys? Hua Topo Gigio. Ho Topo Gigio? What are you talking about, Brian? I
I don't know anything about that, Brian.
Hef is next to Marilyn in a mausoleum. Valmore. Really? Is that
That's
what
a
happened?
fact. That's a
Really?
fact. She's in crypt 33, and he was buried in the next crypt. And he said, that way I'll always be with her because she made him so much money.
No freaking way, man. Is that a true story?
That's a fact.
That's
a
true.
fact. That's a fact.
That's just creepy. That's creepy. I mean, that's like being excuse me. That's stalking somebody in death. That's what that is. All right. That's every little breath you take, every little move you make. I'll be watching you. That's that guy right there. Every last breath you take, I'll be what the? Come on, man. Are you serious?
It was in his will, and he stated because she made me what I am today. She made all that money for me by the first issue because that was only going to be a one-time deal. And then all of a sudden, we could do it again. And we could do it again. And we could do it again. And then it goes into the Playboy clubs. Then it goes into everything else. Then it goes into After Night, Playboy After Dark. It goes into the TV shows.
Playboy Channel, pay-per-view. That's what happened. And then they had the pubic wars. Hustler. Oh, look. We showed a little bit of, trim.
No bush.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just the whole.
Larry Flint was an innovator.
How were they thinking back then that they liked that? That's what they did. They liked that.
Oh, everybody did.
That bushy, come on, man. We grew up in the 90s, dude. That wasn't a thing.
Leanne from Rolling Along here.
Oh boy. What happened? The guy who was placed in the casket of Marilyn Monroe is actually placed face down in his casket because he wanted to be known as the last person on top of Marilyn Monroe. No freaking way. Come on, man. This is bullshit. This isn't real. This can't be.
No, I read it. It's in the.
Stop it, everybody. You guys are pulling my damn leg, okay? I know you are.
I'm not.
No way. Buried above her. No way. Buried face down above Marilyn Monroe. A man with an eternal smile lies interred face down above Marilyn Monroe's crypt. 2 online attempts in 2009 by the man's widow to sell the marble crypt space, then move him out of the way, have failed. The wife has tried to move her husband from atop Marilyn Monroe. Please move his old bones off of her because I could sell that space and make some damn money. That's funny. Dude, that's hilarious. This is real?
It's real.
Real.
It's a fact.
The crypt, okay. Joe DiMaggio had purchased 2 crypts in Westwood Cemetery for he and his famous wife, and while divorcing in 1954, sold his to Richard Poncher. The crypt Poncher bought was located directly above that which would eventually hold the remains of Marilyn Monroe in 1962. Nearing death in 86, Poncher told his wife, "If you don't put me upside down over Marilyn, I'll haunt you the rest of your life." Shortly before he was interred, his wife instructed the funeral director to place him upside down in the casket, which he did. Recently, Miss Poncher has decided to sell the crypt and move her husband to another site. The crypt is going to be listed on eBay, and the starting bid will be $500,000.
To be buried next to dust.
No, not next to, on top of.
Okay.
Not next to, on top of.
I think that would be better while you're alive than dead.
Hey, y'all. I just want to make a quick announcement today. I'm starting a GoFundMe.
There it goes.
Ah! That was funny.
There it goes.
Oh, come on, Red. You want to go there, don't you?
No.
Last guy. Well, actually, you wouldn't be the last guy. You'd be the second to last guy. It'd kind of be like sloppy seconds. Red. With me.
Or sloppy fifths, sixths, sevenths.
Whatever, man. Yeah. But at this point, she should have cremated him. Don Chichio, she should have. All right. So what the hell, man? This has been an interesting.
There goes the dust.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, Frank. Do you know?
Hit that like button, folks.
Hey, Frank. Do you know Hugh Hefner?
No, I wish I did know him personally. I would have muscled him.
There you go. Oh boy, you guys are a lot of fun today. What can I say? Joke's on him. Marilyn had herpes.
What does this joker got to say here? He has
What's
something to say.
Jimbo, Matassa Jr., Red, quit ignoring it. What are you ignoring, Red?
He's asked several questions about Matassa, Johnny Matassa. Matassa.
Matassa, sorry. I said it incorrectly. I'm sorry.
We're
not ignoring.
Butcher boy.
What are you going to do? Can't get them all right. So what about him?
I don't know. Here, let's see what his question is.
Red, step up. You look like a good deal. Replace the dude.
Russ.
Jackson. Hey, Red. Gianni Russo said he lost his virginity to Marilyn Monroe. Gianni said a lot of things, too.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. Trench mouth is worse than herpes. Yes, and she had trench mouth out here in Vegas. Her Aunt Minnie had to take her to the doctor to get rid of the trench mouth. And you know what that's from. Uh-huh. Exactly.
Herpes.
Exactly.
The gift that keeps on giving.
That's right. The gift that keeps on giving. The gift you can share and spread and give to everybody. Oh, God. That's, yeah. He's still active in the outfit, Jimbo. Hey, Jimbo, there isn't any outfit anymore. What are you talking about? Come on, man. I hope you've been around on the show long enough to know that, at least.
He's just a union man and a citizen. That's all.
On top of old Dusty, all covered in worms.
Well, they say Carmine left.
Carmine left. He's gone. Carmine's not here anymore. Carmine left. At least you can't catch every STD known to man when you're dead. That's true. Very true.
Lewis Cole has some real strange ideas here.
Lewis Cole. Did Giancana and Arcado use gay brothels to get contraband on gay politicians back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s?
No.
It was illegal.
No.
Really?
No.
No?
They didn't mess with it.
No. So
it's kind of one of those unspoken things.
Benedict Mastriani, I heard Jeffrey Dahmer said Gacy influenced him. I don't know about that being an influence. So
Neither do I.
I don't know.
Larry Cohn.
Hefner purchased the crypt for $75,092.
That's correct.
Hefner did, huh?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so how is it that in 2009, this guy's still in it? It was in 09 that the crypt was
Yeah,
revealed.
yeah, but 2009.
Yeah, the guy was buried in 86. This guy was buried
Maybe
above.
he sold it. I don't know.
Oh,
Hollywood's crazy, man. Hollywood's crazy.
a crypt neighboring that of Marilyn Monroe is for sale for $2 million. $2 million for a box, dude, in the side of a freaking mausoleum.
With perpetual care.
Oh, man, come on. A box? Here, put my body in there. Tell everybody my body's in there. Why?
When I die, I want to be in a shoebox and brought out to the Gulf, and my ashes thrown to the into the Gulf of Mexico.
There you go. You know, I don't really care what happens to my body once I'm gone. Let's be honest. I'm not going to be here. You know what I mean? So do whatever makes you comfortable, everybody. You know, like, come on. Bobby Bag of Donuts is here. All right. Everybody was worried about Bobby earlier. Hey, Bobby. Good
How you doing, Bobby?
We're wondering, man, because I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. So glad you're doing okay. Oh, okay. Will Mossy. Why the hell would the Mausoleum Malo people to creep on one of their deceased residents like that?
Money.
Yeah, money. Wow.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out.
She said he paid the ransom last week. What the hell took so long, Bobby? You know, the ransom on Bobby? Because they,
Yes.
yeah, okay. So just because sometimes right over Red's head.
No. Sometimes, yeah.
Holly Weirdos. There you go. Holly Weirdos. Dean Martin. He's Dean Martin. You know what it says on his? Everybody loves somebody sometime.
That was his hit song.
Man, that's crazy, huh? 26 to 62. Look at that. Just the numbers were reversed. She was born in 26, died in 62. Yep. So anyway, there it is. Well, I'm looking at pictures of this mausoleum. What a yeah, that's unbelievable. Just unbelievable. No wonder why Marilyn was passed in the same circles. They all had the same STIs going on. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Infecting each other. Infections everywhere. Yeah, you know that's Playboy. Secrets of Playboy. Watch that on Hulu. And one girl talks about how Hugh got mad at her because she, like, anyway, you got to see it. It's I don't want to get into it on here because they may say it's too graphic for YouTube, but not for Hulu. So, what do you say we read the rest of your book over there on your channel, Ron?
Sounds good to me.
This is the very end, last episode of this, guys.
Before we leave, though, hit that like button. I enjoyed all you folks coming by. Slapsy Maxie, RV Doc.
Hey, look at this. RV Doc. If you want to see Solly D, $2,000, 2,000 grand a person, I will bring you there for breakfast. I know. He's trying to sell his services on the channel. Go, hey, I go take you to the place where the guy's hanging out having his grits and his eggs. No, come on, man. That's not right. Let the guy have his breakfast in peace.
Let him retire in peace.
Yeah. Anyone know where Pamela Anderson plans on being buried? Don't know. Have no idea. No idea.
You know what we didn't mention before we leave, Adam?
Yeah.
Was that what was it? The lady, I don't remember her name, that jumped out of the Hancock building.
Oh, yeah. She was a Playboy Bunny.
She was a Playboy Bunny.
Yeah, she
was also involved in cocaine.
That's right. The Hancock building. That's right.
Yes.
As one security guard watched her fall, said her body disintegrated on the way down because the Hancock building's so sloped. You know, so if you fall, you're going to hit the side of that.
It's kind of like the Eiffel Tower, you know.
It's got that shape to it. If you look at it, I mean, it's not straight like the Twin Towers were straight. It's got that little bit of just enough of a pitch that you would.
Lownes Grant.
You survive. Oh my God. That's terrible. I shouldn't laugh, but that's like the most hilarious. Timing's everything, Luminous Grin. You're
I don't think so. When I went by, it was like an ink spot on the sidewalk. There wasn't any bones or anything.
That's right. Her boyfriend was named Ron Sharf, just like the guy that Larry Newman went and killed that owned the bar. That Ron Sharf. Was it the same guy? Street Stories, or is that name can't be a coincidence? There's got to only be one Ron Sharf. Ron, the bar owner, Brian Glade. Exactly. That's it. That's what I was thinking. That's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, why don't we wrap up the show? Thank all the wonderful people that stopped by to watch it.
It's been fun today, guys. Like always. Red, I'll see you on your channel. You have a great day. And
we're going to read the last of the book.
We've got to figure out what we're going to do next week. You believe that?
We got all weekend to do that.
We got all weekend to do that. That's what he says all the time. And then we're sitting there the night before going,
okay, I'll work on it.
All right. I'll see you later.
I feel like a hamster in a wheel. Just keep going and going and going.
The hamster in the wheel that goes around and around. I see it going around and around right now. See you guys. Mob Vlog.